All right. So, season 5, right? We've come to an end of another season on the Sound of Accra podcast, and I go by the name of Adrian Daniels. And for you guys that have been following me for quite some time, that have been following the podcast for quite some time, you know it's my tradition, or the podcast tradition, to do a review, usually when I'm on holiday. So here I am doing a quick end of season recap whilst I'm on vacation, a quick one, and maybe if you stick around to the end, I'll probably tell you where I am. Alright, so let's continue. So so I think for those of you who saw the season 4 review, I didn't do it on holiday because I wasn't on holiday. Remember, I just came back from holiday. But this one, we are back to our regular schedule. I'm on holiday, and we're gonna do a quick recap on the season. So let's go straight to it. So season 5, right? So let's talk about season 5. So let's talk about the guest list. Let's talk about the number of episodes. Let's talk about what went well, what didn't go well. Let's talk about some key moments. Let's talk about what would I change, or what would be different in the future. And then let's also talk about some challenges that I had during recording season 5, because let's face it, I had some challenges during season 5. I'll be honest with you guys, I had some challenges. In season 5, I think I had a very solid guest list compared to season 4. Season 4 had a very good guest list. However, there were complaints that there weren't enough women in season 4. So for season 5, I made sure that there were a lot more women. I made sure there's a lot more women in season 5. I just had to be careful. There's a cyclist going my way. What's up, my guy? Say hello. Okay. Portuguese.
Bangladesh e português.
Sim.
Eu me Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, yeah?
Sim.
Sim. Muito obrigado, senhor.
Obrigado.
Sim. Até nice. That's a little bit of Portuguese right there, my brother. But yeah, I'll let him go and cycle. Ciao. You see, I love this. Okay, so I think I'm kind of giving it away. I'm in Portugal, but where am I in Portugal? You guys will find out. All right. So let's continue. So again, let's talk about the guests that we had in season 5. So the guest list we had, I think the guest list was a bit stronger than the guests I had on season 4, but this time we had a lot more guests on season 5, which was good. We had a lot more women on season 5, which was good. And what else happened? And I think there's a lot more variety and topics, which was good as well, because in season 4 we talked a little bit much about real estate, but in season 5 I made sure that this was a bit more spaced out. For you guys, okay? So that was great. All right. So let's talk about the actual guests on the show. So season 4 we had about 7 guests, I think, and season 5 went back to our minimum of 10 guests. So we had 10 guests on the show. So if I'm correct, those were Alex Darko from Menu Finder Africa. We had Parkwesi Folsom, the Gen Z influencer. We had Eric Annan, the CEO and founder of Aya Gigs. We had Alicia Richardson, Black Crate Connect. We had Akua Nyami Mensah. Who else did we have on? We had Aniwa Boachi on the show. We had good old Ivy Prosper on the show as well. We had Kweku Essie from Cecil Global on the show. We had, who else did we have on the show? Let me go through the list. There's so many. Michael Echo, we had him on the show as well. We had Joannes at Hotuagwa, the founder of the Authentic African YouTube channel. And I think I'm missing 2 more, if I'm correct. Am I missing 2 more? Who else am I missing? Man, I feel like I'm missing someone. Did I mention everybody? Maybe I mentioned everybody else's name. If I forgot anyone's name, leave in a comment. Let me know who I missed. But yeah, we had 10 guests this season. And in terms of the guest list, it was great. I think the actual content and the conversations that we had was really, really compelling. Really compelling. So you guys had a lot more content compared to season 5. But the thing that I was disappointed about in season 5 overall was the level of production. Now this is the first season where the whole season was done in Ghana, and For those of you who know Ghana, Ghana has its ups but also has its downs, and it does have its challenges when it comes to things like, technology and power and things like that. So I'm not gonna lie to you, shooting season 5 in a new area, not in the studio that I used previously for season 3, but shooting season 5 in a new area, in a new location, and working with a different team, and having to do a little bit of camera hiring, it was a challenge. It was a big challenge, and one of the reasons why it's a big challenge because some of the equipment didn't turn up in time, so I had to use my phone. I had to use my phone. Well, this is a different phone now, but actually no, it's the same phone actually. I had to use my phone sometimes, and yeah, I don't want to get into it. If you guys want to know a lot more about the challenges I had on season 5, you guys can check out one of the audio episodes that we put out as well, just talking about the challenges of season 5. But yeah, season 5, I think we had, I think it was a great season, but it did have its challenges, I must say that. What was great about season 5 was that the actual season had a lot more females. So I was really happy about the fact that there was a lot more females that were available on the show, because usually, I don't have as many females, but nowadays I have a lot more females on the show. And for those of you who've been following the podcast, you'll have noticed that there's been a lot more standalone episodes with females come out. So I'm really excited that there was a lot more females on the show. Alicia, Aniwa, Akua, Ivy Prosper. These are some great, fantastic, talented women who came in the show and really showed us some Ghanaian African excellence, which I'm really excited about. And I really hope you guys enjoy the episodes. So yeah, the production is something that really needs to go up a notch. And it was something that I found it really difficult to control. So doing season 6, having learnt what I learnt, having done season 5, I'm gonna make sure that the production is gonna be far more higher in season 6. And because of that, we started to invest in a lot more equipment, and we've started to invest in more of a dedicated team. So next time, when we're doing season 6, which is going to be, from January onwards in 2024, you're going to have a lot more higher levels of production quality, because let's face it, I wasn't happy with the production quality all over the season. There was some episodes where I had to shoot on my phone, so the quality wasn't really the best. Honestly, it wasn't really blessed, and I felt a little bit shy. Not just the video quality, but also the audio quality. So that's enough about the quality of the show. I think you guys get the gist of it. What would I have changed of season 5? Just trying to think about it. What would I have changed? I think I probably would have been in a better set, honestly, a more compelling, more attractive set. Maybe I would have tried and shot outside a little bit. I think that's something I might try and change up in season 6, shooting outside and also changing up the location. Maybe designing the set next time is probably something I would do in terms of season 5. And then also it's probably making sure that people are arriving a lot more earlier, and also not trying to record too many guests in one day. There's one particular day that I was recording where I recorded 6 episodes in one day, and for me to think that was me being super productive ended up being counterproductive, because once you have 1 or 2 guests turn up really late for a show, it just ends up being a knock-on effect. So because it ends up being a knock-on effect for 1 or 2 guests being late in the show, that means all the other guests that you've scheduled to turn up later on in the day, they are running late. And because they are running late, it just impacts the experience of all the other guests that are waiting to come on the show. So one thing I would change is I won't schedule in too many guests to come on the show on the same day. I would make sure that the guests are spaced out, different days, and then there's a lot more time that I can give to each guest in terms of, spending time with them before, during, and after the episode as well. So that's something I'm definitely going to change. That's something I'm definitely going to change as well. I think in terms of season 5, in terms of the variety, was fantastic. We didn't just talk about, property and real estate. We didn't just talk about Ghana tourism. We talked about tech. We talked about Web3. We talked about LinkedIn quite a bit. We talked about, why Ghana's attracted to the diaspora. I mean, we tackled some topics, some areas that I've never really tackled before. So I think that's what was exciting. That's what was exciting about season 5. That I was able to tackle some areas that I hadn't really tackled before, you know. And then and also season 5, we had a brand new kind of intro sequence for those of you watching YouTube. So I was really excited about that. You know, the intro sequence was different. It was all brand new. So that was really exciting as well. And what else would I say? What else can I say? Yes, so let's talk about some key moments. So I think in terms of key moments, season 5, I think social media is always a nice indicator of some key moments. One of the clips that we did with Eric, one of the clips from Eric's interview, Eric from Aya Gigs, I think that went kind of viral, which was really good. I think that got maybe, is it 40,000 or maybe around 40,000 or 50,000 views on Instagram, which is good because Instagram Reels, you know, the algorithm has changed. So Instagram Reels, you know, is not as easy to get lots of views as it used to. So I think 30 to 40,000 views on one Instagram Reel, I think that's pretty good. And his one of the videos of him went viral because he was talking about how, you know, just how, you know, Ghana put, you know, maybe countries like Ghana, you know, maybe put the wrong attention on certain things when it comes to the media. You know, I don't want to go too much into it, but if you maybe watch that clip, or maybe if you watch the episode, you probably get an idea of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Eric's clip on our Instagram page went viral. That was a key moment for us. One of the clips from Alicia's episode went viral as well. Not viral, but that performed really well. And she was talking about how she felt like the LinkedIn algorithm was biased to black people because she knew a lot of black project managers who were good, who were qualified, but weren't getting jobs, you know? And she thought maybe there was a bias by LinkedIn for them not to get jobs. So I think that's something else. That's another clip that was a key moment from the season. For that clip to perform really well on Instagram, did really well. In terms of TikTok, we haven't put any season 5 clips on TikTok just yet. That will be happening this year. But yeah, I think that's what I'll say in terms of key moments. Key moments is what I'll say. And then moving on to what else could we change? What else could we have done better? I think what I would have done better is probably have some backup guests because unfortunately, because of the schedule and because of some unforeseen circumstances, some episodes that we recorded did not make the season. So I think there were 3 or 4 episodes that we recorded that didn't make the cut for various reasons. For example, there's one reason where we had a power cut during one episode, so we weren't able to finish recording that episode. And as a result, when we tried to get the guest back, it just wasn't, you know, it just wasn't ideal time-wise. It just never worked out. So, you know, so one thing that will be changed is I think we will have some backup guests. So when one guest can't make it, or when one guest is not able to maybe have, you know, to finish the episode with us, we can get someone else to come in and to interview instead. So having backup guests is something definitely I'm going to do in the future. But yeah, I think season 5 was a good season. I mean, it was a decent season based on the circumstances. I think it was a good season. Production definitely needs to go up a notch as well, so that it helps us to be more consistent with the video quality as well. Of course, the audio quality, we had some challenges in terms of working with equipment, in terms of podcast equipment. So in terms of the acoustics of the room and, you know, just what we had available, we weren't able to kind of really use the audio equipment that we had properly. So those are some issues that we had as well. So hopefully, you know, season 6 we can, you know, take care of the audio and visual issues and the quality levels that we had, so that there can be a bit more consistency across the board. So there you have it, guys. I think that's season 5 review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed season 5. I think it was a good one, and I think you know, the Ivy Prospect episode did pretty well. I think it's got thousands of views. I didn't expect that one to do well, you know, even though Ivy Puff was kind of known. But yeah, I think yeah, I'm looking forward to season 6. I'm looking forward to what we can do with season 6 and season 7, hopefully after that as well. So yeah, for those of you who watched or listened to season 5, just want to say a massive thank you, and I'll catch you in the next season, I suppose, or until I release another episode. Take care.